So, today we'll talk about courage and why it's so important in the sales process. We'll also talk about the art of being able to think outside the box and how to make selling or giving a pen away a part of the sales process. Courage starts in the beginning of the sales process. And even if you're selling something over the phone, courage is an emotion that we can feel. Just like you feeling if your friends are in a good mood or a bad mood is your confidence. So your prospect can absolutely feel if your conversation with them is negative or positive. So you definitely need to be confident in yourself and your product or service to move forward in anything that you're selling. There are other things to master, but confidence is definitely one of the first steps to master in the sales process. The most common question I get when I go to the store, most people say, "Hey, can I help you?" And my response is always no. I'm okay. Many salespeople miss out on opportunity because of their first impression to a prospect or potential customer. So your first impression is your last impression, so you definitely want to make a good first impression. Urgency is a powerful closing tool in sales, but you have to execute it right. Your urgency has to be genuine, or your prospect won't buy from you because they don't believe you or trust you. So if you're selling a product on Amazon, eBay, or even retail, urgency can be an exclusive sale to your existing customers, like the first 20 customers will receive a free gift. So there's many ways to create urgency. I'll talk more about urgency in future videos. By the way, make sure you all subscribe to this page, ring the bell so you get notified when new videos are loaded. Another powerful tool is being able to provide a solution. If your product or service can solve a problem to your prospect, then they are more likely to buy from you, but they have to believe and trust you. Once your prospect purchases from you, retention is very important, as well as referrals, because you want them to come back and do business with you in the future. You want them to come back and do business with you. You want their family, their friends, all to do business with you. When I sold cars years ago, I remember one of the top sales guys, and he was good with referrals and existing customers. So customer retention and referrals 101 was his craft. People coming back and doing business with him. He was a master with referrals. I remember he'd send a postcard to his customers when it's their birthday. Little stuff like that goes a long way. Through the power of social media, salespeople now send messages via social media. So if your customers are not on social media, simply sending a text message to your clients would work out too. Your clients and existing customers. And I'm not talking about sending a sales message all the time, because they'll ignore that. Once you establish a customer and you're a car salesman, a business person, a real estate person, etc., it's a nice gesture to send a message like "Happy Birthday," "Merry Christmas," "Happy Hanukkah." And if you become really good friends with your customer, you can get a little personal, like "Happy Anniversary" to you and your wife. So that's why some of the best salespeople simply learn how to make friends. It definitely goes a long way. I worked for a timeshare company. It was a beautiful resort on the beach in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. I had a prospect that was a customer, but he became a friend. He and his wife were on vacation at an all-inclusive timeshare resort that he owned. I helped him get rid of it because his all-inclusive maintenance fees were super high, and he bought my timeshare. But in the beginning, we didn't even talk about his timeshare. We talked about life, family, and the reason why we love Puerto Vallarta and Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. Long story short, he not only purchased a $40,000 timeshare from me, but he became a friend. Once you make a friend, it's easier to earn their business because they like you. So back to being a problem solver, it's easy to earn their business because they don't just, of course they like you, and that's a good thing, but if you can be a problem solver and you can help solve a problem to a prospect or a customer, you're helping them. So back to being a problem solver, if you master this craft of helping people out, this is key to being a successful salesperson. It definitely goes a long way. So being able to learn how to be a problem solver to your prospects and existing customers, selling big ticket items, service, no matter what you sell, and getting to know your customers, all these things are definitely key. Building trust, building rapport, and just being a good listener and being genuine that you want to help your prospect or customer out, because we are all looking for help. Even though we might not ask, you being the sales professional, you're the sales expert. So being the expert, you need to find ways around the general "can I help you" conversation that many salespeople say in the beginning. So thinking outside the box is definitely important. If they don't have a reason why they need your product, then you're wasting your time. So confidence is also extremely important. If you don't have confidence in yourself and your product, people won't believe you. They won't trust you, and they'll definitely not buy from you. Remember the Lion and the Wizard of Oz. The lion wanted to find the wizard with Dorothy because he lost his courage or confidence. So if you don't have confidence, you need to go deep within yourself and pull it out, because sales is mental. Something I learned in sales a long time ago when I lived in Alabama. Take a checkup from the neck up before you take it up. It's an old country saying that simply means before you take your sales up, you need to be mentally prepared. You need to be focused and ready to take your up, because if you're not mentally focused, then you've already lost the battle, because sales is 100% mental. This isn't rocket science. There's no algebra, geometry involved unless you're talking numbers. Laugh out loud. But you definitely need to be mentally prepared. Sales is kind of like a sport. It's competitive. In sports, no matter if you play football, basketball like LeBron James, he's a beast. He's a master in his craft, and that's why he's one of the greatest NBA players of all time. So the Lion and the Wizard of Oz eventually learned that the wizard was a fraud, and the lion already had courage within. We all have that courage, but sometimes we just need to pull it out. So pull out that courage from within and ask for the business today, because if you show any hesitation in the sales process, you're done. That's why the last step to the sale is when you ask for their business. Being book smart or having a degree doesn't help one become a master in the art of sales. It definitely helps, but hands-on experience and learning from other successful salespeople through years and years of experience, training is good, and I've definitely learned a lot from some of the best on the fundamentals, of sales, but it doesn't work for you until you make it work for you. So hands-on experience is important. You have to crawl before you walk, so it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight. I'll share this and many other tools to help you master the craft of sales. So definitely subscribe to this page and ring the bell so you all get updated when new videos are loaded. Now, sell me this pen. Selling a pen is a very old question in sales job interviews going back decades and decades and decades. My first sales job was when I was 20 years old at Sears. During my interview, my manager, his name was Gene Melton, he asked me to sell a pen that he was holding. There's no secret to the sale, but you have to learn to think fast and think outside the box. So asking questions, listening is all important, because if your prospect is not interested in buying a pen, you're wasting your time. So you need to find a prospect interested in buying your pen. So long story short, I passed the interview, got the job, and that was the beginning of my sales journey. Some of the best salespeople aren't the smartest people. They just know how to shut up and listen and ask the right questions and let your prospect do the talking. They'll tell you how to sell them. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so listen twice and speak once. People like to talk about themselves and things they're into, like sports, family, their kids. So if you find commonality, it's easier to get the conversation started. Now, let's say I work at a dealership. It's called John's Toyota dealership. I'm speaking to a lady by the name of Becky. Hey, how you doing today? My name's David. Welcome to John's Toyota dealership. Your name? Becky. Nice to meet you, Becky. By the way, that's a cool jade necklace you're wearing. Now, fast forward a bit. Let's say we just came back from a test drive with Becky. She really likes this car, but still wants to think about it. My research early was Becky wearing a jade necklace. I mentioned that to her. She liked talking about the necklace she was wearing. It's probably symbolic to being lucky for her because she's wearing a jade necklace. Let's say we're in the office right now talking numbers, but she wants my business card and she needs a few days to think about buying the car. So I say, hey, Becky, can you jot down this number? Becky responds, hey, I don't have a pen. So I pull out this beautiful crystal jade pen I picked up on vacation in Indonesia. Becky loves the pen. Hey, Becky, it's actually made out of a unique jade crystal I got from Indonesia while I was on vacation. It's a rare jade crystal pen. It brought a lot of luck to me. I purchased 2 of these pens while I was on vacation. I see how you like jade, so I wanted to show this to you. Becky's touching the pen, so now she's taking ownership. Now she's asking buying questions. Not about the car, but about how much did I get the pen for? So I respond to Becky, I'll give this pen to you for free. If it brings good luck to you like it did to me, I'll give it to you free as a gift if you buy my car today. And I'll get you 60 months no interest today if you buy the car, and I'll throw in the pen. Long story short, Becky buys the car and we shake hands. So you see, there's many ways to the sales process, but being able to think outside the box is key. Making a friend, asking questions with creative thinking, and being able to utilize genuine urgency. Once all these things line up, the sales process is easy. And you can take this experience anywhere. You can sell cars. You can run a business. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a blessed and prosperous day. Make sure you all subscribe to this page and ring the bell for new video notifications. Thank you.